is Victory Nkuka, and in this channel we share a lot of updates regarding relocation overseas and how to settle. I don't know how many of you that are interested in relocating to different parts of Europe in 2024. If you are interested in relocating on a school basis, this video is perfect for you. It's the perfect guide you need. I have Mr. Adedapo here. A little bit about Mr. Adedapo's background. Mr. Adedapo did his BSc in Nigeria, and he's schooled with a scholarship in Hungary for masters, and he's currently doing his PhD on scholarship. With this video, he's going to be guiding you on how to secure admission with scholarship, because one of the issues that most persons face is proof of fund. Sometimes you don't have enough money to pay your tuition fees and everything, and it's been a limitation. So if you really want to relocate overseas on a student visa, this video is the perfect one for you. So without wasting much time, let's dive into the video.
All right. My name is Adedapo Orekoya once again. I'm a PhD student at the Open University UK here, and I'm actually on a funded project. And I did my master's in Hungary. And I think generally in EU, one of the things we need to know is that the educational standard in EU is very great. Just like the way it is in the UK, US, Canada, etc. It's it's really a great place to be. And the advantage is that if you have your residence permit card for a country, you have the ability to travel to all other European countries. So which makes you to take advantage of the travel experience. And beside that, you tend to pay cheaper for the living cost and all that. So if I have to go straight to Hungary straight away, I think one of the lifestyle of Hungary is that it's a very cheap place to be. It's very, very cheap. But the thing is that the school fees can be expensive. As at then, I was paying like 3,000 euros per semester for my school fees. It was a lot, but because I was on the scholarship, it didn't really, I didn't have to pay school fees, so I was able to, scale through the whole thing. And basically for Hungary, one of the scholarships that we get in Hungary, there are basically three that is widely known. We have the Food and Agricultural Organization Scholarship. We have the Stipendium Hungaricum Scholarship. The Stipendium Hungaricum Scholarship is a bilateral agreement between Nigeria and African countries, basically, and Hungary. And so they will pay for your tuition, they will pay for your living expenses, they will pay for your flight coming to and fro from Nigeria. So the benefit of stipendium. Unlike FAO anyways, FAO doesn't pay for your travel expenses. They only pay for basically your tuition, and then they also pay for your living expenses, which is quite small. But the thing is, Hungary as a student, you can work. I've worked as a waiter, I've worked in the restaurant, I've worked,
and it's not restricted.
It's not restricted. I've worked, I've acted movies, just to gain more money. And later, alongside, I was working for two different companies, working from home. Wow. So, and I was working more than 40 hours in a week, and there was nothing there, So that's one of the advantages of actually working and schooling in a place like Hungary.
Yeah, wow. So you guys, you are in for it today. Just relax, and you're going to learn so much. So from all he's been saying, because one of the challenges that some persons have been reaching out to me is like, the recent laws of UK, you can't even bring your dependents to UK as a student beginning from January 2024. So everybody's looking for what's the alternative. This is one of the perfect alternatives you can explore. So you can get scholarship to study in Hungary. So I just want him to explain more on how you can secure the scholarship. So like, how did you get your own scholarship? How did you apply, things like that? Yeah.
Actually, I started applying for numerous scholarships. EU generally, they give us a range of scholarships ranging from Erasmus. We have the Erasmus Mundus scholarship. We have the field, so many EU. But if I have to go specifically to Hungary, I actually applied in 2020. And then in 2021 I got the scholarship.
Yeah, okay.
So
that was quick.
So the thing is that basically for a scholarship, what you need is your bachelor's degree. If you are going for a master's,
your bachelor's degree. If you're going for a master's,
you need a bachelor's degree. The not the statement now, but the original copy of a certificate. You need your transcript.
Okay.
And it's good to get your transcript very quickly because sometimes the schools they delay in giving your transcript. You have to do that as quick as possible, your transcript. And then there's what we call, depending on the type of scholarship, there's what we call the statement of purpose, which you write. Certain things you write. You have to write as many to show that, okay, why do you want to apply for the scholarship? What do I plan to gain from the scholarship? What are the outcome after studying, and all these things. Why should they invest in me? So which I'm going to actually put down. So these are some of the scholarship, the criteria you need. And then other document depending on the type of scholarship. But basically these are the three things you need, and moreover your passport. You have to get that. You are not getting anywhere without your passport.
Yeah.
So these are some of the things. And then as one other scholarship again is the stipendium and the Young Christian Scholarship.
Okay.
The Young Christian Scholarship too is like the stipendium. They give you so much money to they pay your transport to and fro, from Nigeria to the country of residence and all that.
Wow.
So these are some of the advantage, and then you tend to work. As regardless of whether you're on scholarship or not.
This is really amazing.
Yeah.
Because for students in the UK, be it PhD, master, you can't work more than 20 hours a week. But while he was schooling in Hungary, there was no restriction, and there's still no restriction. So as a student working in Hungary, schooling in Hungary, you can work full time and earn some money, save for yourself. Yeah. So you will live a very good life, very big life, even while you are in Hungary.
Yeah. I think that's the advantage. Although it will be stipulated on your, admission that okay, you can work more than 20 hours, but nobody cares about that because they feel so far it doesn't affect your academic performance, then you are good to go. That's it basically.
And you get your residency.
Yeah. You get a residency in Hungary. If you have a residency in Hungary, you can go to Czech, you can go to Australia, you can go to all the 28 European countries, free without anybody harassing you.
Wow. Can you hear that? So it's an opportunity for you to school and also explore. Go to Australia. If I'm the one, I'll go to Australia.
Actually, I've been to Slovakia, I've been to Austria,
Wow.
I've been to Czech Republic, I've been to Slovakia. But I'm not really traveling type anyways.
You travel, then if you are the traveling type, meaning you would have gone everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
So and one more thing, the school I went to, they can give you discount on your tuition. And if you have your discount on your tuition, then the living expenses is easy because the living expenses is quite cheap. So you can work to and be schooling at the same time. So I schooled at the Hungarian University of Agriculture and Life Sciences, Godolo. It's about 25 minutes to the fast train from Budapest. So if you can check the school, they can give you discount on your tuition, sometimes 50%, and I think even up to 100%. Yeah. So if your tuition is being taken care of, that you're already coming. I actually got that scholarship too when I got the FO. So I had the two, but I know how to choose this FO.
So you see, if you do it where you can even have more than one options for scholarship. Yeah. And I just want to ask, for UK now, you can bring your wife or your children. When you're still in Hungary, can you bring your family?
Yeah, you can. I actually had colleagues then. I had like 3 or 4 then I brought in their family while they were studying. So it wasn't a big deal. Yes. And as with your spouse can work.
Wow.
So
unrestricted. So it's a very good opportunity you should start preparing yourself for in 2024. Okay, so because you can bring your wife, you can bring your children, you can relocate with your family instead of coming to the UK to do because the only course you can do for masters in the UK now is the Masters of Philosophy. I may do a video for that to just explain. That's the only course you can do to bring your dependent. And most persons may not really find it so interesting, okay? But you can do the same course you want to do that you have in mind in Hungary, okay? And you'll be able to bring in your family members and enjoy the time with them even while you are studying. Yeah, and he knows so much about the EU countries. For those of you who don't know, the EU is a short word for the European countries like Czech, like the likes Hungary and Germany. So he's just going to throw more light, in some of these areas than other schools that are offering admission and they are welcoming foreigners. Like recently France is no longer welcoming foreigners. So France is not what we are not talking about France. But there are other schools where you can actually seek the opportunity. The thing is, most of these countries, they are making their new policies, but the fastest persons we always get it. Just imagine you are in the UK and UK is now saying we don't need to, it doesn't affect you. Do you get? So that's why whatever you are learning from this video, try as much as possible to implement it. He has spoken about getting your international passport. If you want to travel overseas and you want to go on a student visa, what are you still waiting for? Get your international passport while you are processing your transcript. Do everything possible. Time is of the essence. It's very important. As quick as possible, do what you can do. The thing is, no matter, it's very difficult for a country to just change their policy and say everybody there you need to know. They can't drive you. If you are there, you are there. Okay, you are there. You are getting settled. You are already doing many other things there, and you will be so valuable for them to even let you go. So the most important thing is for you to really take action and make sure that you achieve that goal you have in mind. Yeah. So let's talk about all that. Can you just tell us more about admissions or scholarships that we can use to secure admissions in some of the European countries as well?
I think basically one thing we have to understand about the EU is that each country has the way they run their things. Some countries the tuition might be high and living expenses low. Some the tuition might be cheap and the living expense is high. And some might be like they're way expensive, like Germany. So, but if I have to mention a few countries, number one, I'll really advise Germany, because Germany, some schools give tuition free.
Okay.
There's some tuition free scholarships, and then, though the living expense is high, you'll be able to work your way through. Then I would recommend Czech Republic. Now, the Czech Republic is that...
I think I've heard a bit about it.
Yeah, the Czech Republic is a very small country, but nobody knows about it. And there are a lot of international companies there. So they are always looking for people to come in to take the jobs, of which they don't have. Czech is like 3 million plus in population there.
Wow.
I think if I can remember vividly.
They're not so small.
3 million, but 3 million is not that
much. Yeah.
Or like Hungary, that's like 10 million plus,
Oh, yeah.
So the thing is that about Czech is this: the PhD offers there. As a PhD student, you get paid every month.
Wow.
So if you get an admission, most of the schools that they give you, you get paid as a PhD student every month. I think equivalent to, if I, maybe in euros, I can't remember, but maybe 200 euros thereabout every month or something. I can't really remember the exact figure, but you get paid. But if you're going to the master's level, which we know that's where a lot of us want to do, the thing is that their agricultural courses are discounted. So some of them, their agricultural tuition fees can be as low as 250 euros, 300 euros. So if you have a tuition fee of 300 euros, oh, come on, you should be something that you can actually find your way through to get. And it's per year, not per semester.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
It's per year, not per semester. So I have colleagues there that, friends that, that are there. So you pay 300 euros per semester, per year. And then if you pay that per year, you know that you're ready to work like during the year and get your 300 euros for the next year. So you're paying in total like 600 euros, for your whole 2 years. So
that's actually very affordable.
Yeah, that's very affordable. Yeah. Unlike UK that you have to pay thousands of pounds. So that's it. So, and then one advantage about Czech Republic is that you can work 40 hours. You can work full time. Yeah. So if you can try to go there, check it. I think the Czech University of Life Sciences, they give it
Czech University of Life Sciences. We are going to leave the link for you to apply to these universities that he's spoken about. We are going to leave the link in the description immediately after the video, so you have to have a look at it and try to shoot your shot, like we said, as quickly as you can. Then another thing is, like you've mentioned, that you can work unrestricted, but the thing is, what type of jobs can they do for international students that come into Czech or that come into Hungary?
I think for generally international students, number one thing is, when you come into the country, first of all, don't try to look for an office job. It might be hard getting an office job because of the language barrier.
Okay.
But the first thing is, you try to check for jobs that they don't mind the kind of language you speak. For example, you can work in a warehouse, you can work in a restaurant, you can work in the kitchen and all these things. So some of the jobs I did, personally I did. So let me not lie to you. So I actually did them. There are jobs that you could do that could give you quick money. And in the EU, most of the American companies and the UK companies, or filming companies, they come to Europe to shoot their movies because it's cheaper.
Yeah.
So many a times we tend to act movies as casting movies,
Wow.
so you can get a lot of money from it. Yeah.
Wow.
So these are the only things. So when you are doing this and alongside, you cannot be looking for an office job.
Yeah.
So alongside, if you now get an office job, you switch. Like for me, I was working in a restaurant. Alongside, I got an office job. So I was working for two different companies, working in the customer service for a company, and I was also working as a data administrator for another company. So I was able to merge two companies, working from home, and take advantage of working from home a lot. Take advantage of many times. There are some companies that they, after the COVID-19 era,
Yeah.
they decided to like, oh, we're going to be working from home rather than come to the office. So take advantage. You see a lot of remote jobs. So, and if you get that, if you can do your work from home,
less transportation
costs. But one thing about Hungary, like places like Hungary, you have 50% discount on your transportation.
Wow, really?
Yeah, 50%. So most times, if I have to maybe convert it to pounds in a month, you can spend like 11 pounds on all your transportation for the whole month.
Wow.
So that's very cheap.
That's very cheap.
So that's very cheap. So I would really advise that you take advantage of every opportunity you have within the duty of any country you have. And there are other countries too, like Croatia. Croatia to give some scholarship. The best thing is just that check the name of the schools, the country you want, or look at the countries. Go and check their schools and see the scholarship. We'll be dropping some of the links too beside this video.
Yeah. So if you have any, before we wrap up this session, if you have any questions regarding this, or you have a personal question you want to relocate as a student, this video is particularly dedicated for international students who want to study abroad. If you have any questions regarding that, you can drop the questions now so that we can answer it on this live show. But if you are going to be watching this after, feel free to also leave your question. Thank God, I know Mr. Adedapo personally, so I can ask him to answer the questions for you if I'm unable to answer this. But feel free to. The aim of this channel is actually helping as many persons we can help to achieve your goals with regards to travel overseas and settling with ease. If you are yet to subscribe to this channel, what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button and also tap the notification bell. This is one of the contents coming, and there will be other more coming on how to guide you on traveling to other countries outside the UK that you can school, and there are lots of benefits as well that you enjoy even while schooling. Just imagine you're bringing your family, you're bringing all of them. Yeah, that's lovely. It's really lovely. So
I think another thing I will just want to say, chipping, is that you have to be resilient enough, coming into the scholarship pool. Some people, they just want to just apply once and then they get rejected and then
they stop.
No, you just have to show resilience. You have to show that I can do this. I can do this, and I'm ready to do it regardless. And then when you come to the country, there's so many challenges. Cold. The winter will be there for you to go, and you have to work. But it's just for a matter of time. With time, you're going to actually stabilize.
Okay. Thank you, sir. I think I can see that somebody asked that how is the housing cost in Hungary?
Well, if I advise, if you're not bringing your family in, immediately, our first advice, utilize the hostel. The hostel are cheap, and then my room then was was myself, my room is just two people, and we have our personal bathroom and toilet. We're sharing the kitchen. So if that is there for you, why don't you just utilize it? Although the housing cost is quite high, you can pay as high as 120,000 Hungarian forints. If I have to, put that to euros, I really don't know the calculation, but it's quite pricey.
Okay.
Yeah, it can be quite pricey.
But the money you earn, does it? Because the thing is sometimes if you earn a lot, you may not really feel the housing cost or something. Is it like, or you run at a deficit because of housing? Well, will you say it's fair or?
It depends on your lifestyle.
Okay.
If you're someone that if you're going to cut your coat according to your size, it should be that pricey. I think for a student, living outside the hostels can be expensive with the money you get in a month. it can be expensive. But if you are working full time, then it can
and
be
if you
cheaper.
have maybe your wife around,
If you have a
your wife
wife
is
around,
working as well.
then it can actually be, it can actually be easy. You can, but living expenses in Hungary is moderate. It's moderate. You just need to find your way of ensuring that I do this to cut my coat according to my size. So yeah, but it's not as expensive as like Czech. It's not as expensive as Czech. It's not as expensive as UK. It's not as expensive as Germany. So
if you can survive in UK, we currently live in an apartment that costs 1,200 per month.
You see, yeah. So like
that's
mine
actually a lot.
It's quite pricey. So, but in Hungary, it's not as expensive. No, you won't get a house like except you want to live in maybe in a very giant big house. You can spend maybe £1,000+ pounds.
Yeah.
But if you are just within just you and your wife,
so generally it's actually a very good country to
live
in.
Wow. Yeah, and it's cheap. And as a student, you have 50% discount. 50% discount on your transportation, basically.
Wow, that's
good. Which makes it easy for you.
Okay, yeah. Somebody is asking, how about the language barrier for Nigerians?
Yeah, well, I think the language barrier is a general issue within the EU. We have the language barrier.
Okay, let me ask it personally. Since you schooled in Hungary, now how was it for you? How did you adapt?
I think for me, it was compulsory that we learn the Hungarian language. So, but it wasn't compulsory for us to stay in the country and learn. Like you want to stay, you have to learn. No, we're speaking English. The medium of instruction for the classes were English.
Perfect. I think that's what matters most to me.
If you're in your class,
yeah, they're speaking English, so it's just more like relating to people around that.
Yeah, but my scholarship then made it mandatory that we learn Hungarian language, which I started doing, but I actually passed it. And it's compulsory. You have to pass. Yeah, you have to pass. So you haven't going to do a presentation in Hungarian language. I did the presentation for like 5 minutes. I spoke in Hungarian language for like 5 minutes in Hungarian language. It was. But the thing is, when it comes to job,
easy to learn.
Yeah, it's quite not easy to learn. It's not. I can tell you, it's not.
Okay.
But the thing is that for the jobs, for the warehouse jobs and all that, they don't mind the language. For the lower level jobs, they don't mind the language. But for the high level job, like the office jobs, you might be having restriction when it comes to language. But with time, if you are still in the country for like a while, like 2 years, you find your way through the whole thing.
I think I have a colleague at work who, because she did her nursing in the. Okay, I'll answer that question soon, but let me just finish this. Yeah, I had a colleague who did her nursing in EU, so she said one of the challenges was the language. But what they did was that from her second year, they were adding it to the course curriculum. So just the way they teach you, they teach you the languages. So before final year, she was able to pick. And when she gave birth to her children, her children started speaking. They are in UK now, but they speak more of German. Yeah, so naturally, there's always human beings have the ability to adapt. Then somebody is asking that, are they racist?
There's no country you go to that there's no racism. It's just the degree that is different. So I think in Hungary too, racism too is there. The moment they see that you're an African, they see that you're black, so they have the mentality that you're black. So racism is everywhere. So I wouldn't want to say it because you're coming to Hungary. I think those are some of the challenges I say you might have to face, but they don't segregate. Like it's not an open thing. It's not legal for you to be a racist, but that these people are racist.
Yeah, so just the way. But the good thing is you still have that the law permits fairness. Even in UK, we work in a different workplace, and some persons are naturally racist, but however, they can't come body and say, I'm going to do this to you because you're African, because by law you can report them and they'll go in for it. They ought not to do it. So some persons, it's not everybody that are racist. Frankly speaking, I've met, even in UK here, that you feel, some of them are racist. I've met some lovely friends, some lovely people that are actually white. They don't do racism. They treat you very well. And it's even some of your black people say, some of the same persons of the same color. What they will do to you, the white people will not do it to you. Frankly speaking. So it's just relative. And sometimes it's a mindset. Oftentimes when you begin to see, this one is going to, so anything they do to you, you feel, it's because of racism. No, it's not. Actually, so sometimes it's just our mindset of thinking, you shouted for me because I'm black and you are white. No, not necessarily. So the thing is, our esteem matters a lot. We shouldn't look down on ourselves. The fact that you are not their color doesn't mean you are less than them. You are not. You are some. Most Africans get distinction. Most black, most Indians, they get distinction even overseas in their master's program. That tells you got brain. So you are smart. You're still unique. You are your unique self. Yeah. Is there any other question?
I think I would like to add something.
Okay.
One of the things I also add is when you're coming to, if you're making your mind to come to like the EU, have some IT skills. No matter how, even though it's volunteer, just have it. Just have those skills so that you can utilize it when you come. It was because of those skills, some of my little skills that I had, in customer service that helped me get a job there in Hungary. And then I tweaked my CV to fit in for a data analyst job. So, and I got a job. So, yeah.
So you see, please, as much as possible, try. Okay, somebody is asking about website for scholarship opportunities. Yeah.
Yeah, actually their website. One of the websites I will first recommend is go to the Erasmus catalog. Just type in Erasmus catalog on Google. It will give you a catalog of schools of Erasmus model scholarship. Now the Erasmus model scholarship is very generous. Do you know why? They will pay for your flight, they will pay for your tuition, and they will pay you nothing less than 1,000 euros per month.
Which of them did you get?
I actually got the FO. FO is different from Erasmus. But I got the Erasmus after I was on my masters. Wow. But I had the PhD. I couldn't go for Erasmus. The offer of the PhD was better than the
okay.
But the Erasmus, you can actually get 1,000 at least. Some pay as much as 1,400 euros. That's a lot of money. Wow. So if you can get that, you don't have a big problem. So you can check. Just go to Google, type in Erasmus catalog, and there's also some what called opportunity corners. Opportunity corner. That's the name of the website. I will also be dropping those links.
Opportunity corners,
Erasmus catalog. We have I have those links. That will be below the video.
Okay. So I'm going to leave everything in the description box for you, and I know that will be very, very rich for you. And please, I beg you, I'm not leaving it just for leaving it sake. Try to take steps as much as possible. It will be a pleasure seeing you in Europe in 2024. It will be a pleasure really seeing you achieving your dream course, and you are happy, you are getting settled, and you can bring your wife, you can bring your children, you can bring everybody. Everybody that falls under 18, though that you're dependent, you can come with it, and that's actually a very wonderful opportunity. And it is easier for you to relocate from that place to the UK, to the US, to Canada than relocating from Nigeria. Or Africa in general, whichever way you are. So that's why you need to really be very smart with your moves, be very smart with your steps. This is me saying a very big thank you to Mr. Adedapo again for coming to do this video, and for all who requested for it. I know that you'll be glad because you've gotten a lot of information from this. And for those persons that will still be watching after the live show, if you have any question, like I mentioned earlier, use the comment section and we'll be more than happy to respond to you. You can, don't forget to give this video a like. If you've not done that now, like the video and share to as many that are looking forward to relocating abroad to school. Tell them Hungary is the deal. It's where it's happening, so they can actually consider Hungary. They shouldn't put all their eggs in UK, in Canada. It mustn't be UK, it mustn't be Canada. Check other countries. I will see you all in my next video. For the meantime, stay blessed. Bye. Thank you again, Mr.
You're welcome.
It's a pleasure having you. Bye, everyone.
Bye.